We're on a journey of discovery here, folks. Well, I am. I don't know about you. I'm sure you already know all of this anyway. So you connect the Wii remote wirelessly to the console, and then you just sit and
Retro unboxing.
Hello viewers, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jonathan, thanks for watching. Today I'm having a look at this. I'm having a little Wii, or I'm having a Wii Mini, a mini Wii, a Wii Mini, a Wii Mini. So not to be confused with the Nintendo kind of smaller versions. This was just an official, genuine Wii console that was pared back from all of the features of the original kind of standard Wii console. If you saw my last video, you would know that I've never had a Wii before. I've never played on a Wii before, so I just bought a load of Wii items, consoles, games, etc. And I wanted to have a look at them and see what I've been missing out on all these years. As it stands, this came out nearly 15 years ago, and as I say, as someone that considers myself a gamer, to have never played on one is starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable. So I'm going to get straight on with the unboxing. Put these things out of the way. I actually picked it up probably about 8 months ago, and it's been knocking around in the bedroom here for all that time. And to be fair, it hasn't been used. I know that. I've opened the box up. As I've said before on other videos, Nintendo chose not to seal boxes sometimes, which I always found a little bit strange. But you know, that's just what they do. So you can see that this has never actually had a seal on it. Now, I don't know exactly who this was aimed at. It doesn't have the normal kind of bright coloured packaging that Nintendo consoles tend to have. It's literally black, red, and then the white text. But it's quite a nice little box. It's in pretty good condition. As I say, I mean, it's been stored. I've had it knocking around here, so it's been moved around a bit. So some of the edges are a little bit scuffed, but I'm pretty pleased with it otherwise. Let's get it out of the box. It should be a fairly swift unboxing. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not entirely. I think this was there just in case this was going to be bundled with a game. I don't think there's anything missing from there. It just looks like it's about the right size for a game. So yeah, I'm fairly sure there's nothing missing. I've double checked in the ways that I think I can double check. But anyway, so what have we got? Now, I've mentioned before in other videos with Nintendo stuff, it used to be that there was a load of instruction booklets and all that kind of stuff, and this has cut back on that, which I'm pleased to say. So there's actually only a couple of little leaflets. I didn't know that. There's actually an original store receipt here from Tesco's in the UK, and this was purchased for £85 on the 17th of August 2013. 2013, we've just got the date just down there. So that's pretty cool. And then just a few other quick setup. I will have a quick look at that because, as I say, I genuinely don't know anything about these consoles. So when I get it out of the box, I really do not know what to expect. I mean, other than the obvious, I know what to expect in that it's a Wii and it's going to play some Wii games. Some Wii games. Let's stick these out of the way. Power brick. All wrapped up. Never been used. That looks... It's actually just set, in fact, I'll get it out of the packaging, and I think it probably is. The power supply port looks about right, and it just says, see if you can see that, there we go, just says Wii power supply. RVL002. So, yeah, a power brick. How interesting. What else have we got? Well, we've got the console, which is quite mini, but it honestly doesn't feel particularly much smaller than a normal Wii. What else have we got? I thought there was going to be less crap in this. Oh, we do have a sensor bar. Aha! Right, contents. Let's have a look at the contents of what we should be expecting in this console. Console controller. One of those little silicon things. A nunchuck. A sensor bar. Power brick. And TV cable. I did notice there is actually a SCART adapter as well, which isn't mentioned on the back there. Sorry about that little interlude. So there is a sensor bar, excuse me. I won't be using that. I'm not. I just want to see how this can be operated and played as a console. So we have a literal right. That's the red nunchuck. And the Wiimote in the little red rubber Johnny thing. Seems strange that they would go to the effort of designing a controller and then just stick it into a rubber Johnny. I suspect it's because of the amount of complaints they had early on where people were not using the wrist strap properly, and it's probably due to the amount of complaints that people weren't using the wrist strap properly back when they first came out. I think the general idea was that you put this onto your wrist, tied it fairly tight, so that when you're bouncing around in your living room, being a child, that if you happen to let this go, it's not going to smash people. You know, it's not going to smash your telly. So I think that they just actually used the rubber thing as a design afterthought, because they realised that this was, I don't know, maybe not quite so grippy in larger hands, but actually, to me, it feels really kind of ergonomic. Now let's see if we can get this off. Like I'm in some sort of bizarre bondage situation. Right, and then the only other stuff we've got, SCART adapter, which wasn't on the outside of the box, but it is here. And a set of TV cables. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use an old CRT. I've actually got, well, I've got this monitor, but I've also got a little old LG LCD kind of flat TV, which is probably a bit more commensurate with the time of this coming out. So I think I might plug it in and play it on there. So that's the accessories and shizzle. Pardon the noise. This box is far less complicated than other Nintendo boxing. Then we've got the console. And it is quite, it's a bit rough. in terms of its finish, excuse the finger marks, I'm not quite sure what to think about that. It's more like plastic from like a car door, or like an old car dashboard. I'm nothing against it. It's just I'm not sure I feel about it on a games console. So this is model RVL 201. I have noticed, as I've just been sort of swinging it around, there are no ports for a joypad. So I don't think I'm going to be able to use that. I think the only thing I'm going to be able to use is the actual Wiimote and nunchuck. Right. No, I see. Okay, so I understand a little better now. I've not. Again, it's just a lack of experience on my part. But what it looks like is that you plug this into. So the Wiimote, and I'm sure you all know this because I'm sure that everybody else in the world, apart from me, has played on a Wii. But it seems that you plug the nunchucker into the bottom of the Wiimote there, like that. So you've got the combination of sticks and buttons and whatnot. So it looks like this actually plugs into the Wiimote rather than into the console. So yeah, it's just occurred to me the original Wii actually only had ports for GameCube controllers, and then that was later on there was a second revision where the GameCube controller ports weren't included. That's a good question actually. I wonder, because this is just the flip box, the flip top toilet seat Jaguar CD. That's a bit weedy, isn't it? So yeah, I just wondered whether this would play GameCube games, because you can just stick the disc on there. We'll find out, won't we? I have genuinely no idea. Genuinely not a clue. Be nice though, wouldn't it? If you could just use one of these instead of having to buy a GameCube. But there again, you won't be able to use GameCube controllers, so I don't know. Hey, look, I mean, this is the most basic console you can possibly buy. It's got a power switch. It's got a disc tray open button, and then on the back, you've got power. You've got your sensor bar, you've got your TV out, and curiously a USB port. I'm not sure what the USB port can and cannot do. And then just a basic system hardware fan. I quite like it. It's austere. It's very featureless. I imagine that when you plug it in, it is just a Wii. As I say, I'm curious as to why Nintendo released this, what they were thinking, why they did it. I don't know how many it sold. I know the actual normal Wii sold over 100 million. Whether that includes these, I don't know. I just don't suspect it sold that many. Quite a nice little thing. Let me just unbox this. Ridiculous amount of packaging. Ah dear. So yeah, this is the classic controller. So I got the black one because I thought it'd probably go a little bit better with this console, but it actually looks ridiculous because it's glossy, real glossy shiny finish, and this is about as matte as a console has ever been made. So they don't really go together well. The back of the controller does, but the front is more akin to the glossy black normal standard Wii. Nevertheless, I realise, as I say, you've never been able to plug these into a console. You plug that into the Wii Mote. We're on a journey of discovery here, folks. Well, I am. I don't know about you. I'm sure you already know all of this anyway. So you connect the Wii Mote wirelessly to the console, and then you just sit and so I'm going to get it all plugged in, have a bit of a play with it, and then I'll show you some of these games. Back with you soon.